Hello, my pop culture lovers, and welcome back for another video. So in this video, I am going to be focusing on the Degrassi character of Liberty Van Zandt. Liberty is an OG member of Degrassi, The Next Generation. She was there from season 1 through season 8. But even though she was there from season 1 through season 8, I feel like out of the OG cast, Liberty is one of the underrated characters. Because when you really condense Liberty's plot of a cast member, she doesn't have her own storyline. A lot of times why people favor Liberty is because she dated a fan favorite, which was JT. JT got a lot of plots that was outside of Liberty. He got plots being a friend of Paige, a friend of Toby, dealing with his own circumstances, dealing with his love life of Liberty and Mia, and then eventually his downfall, which was his death. But with Liberty, a lot of times when you mention her, you have to mention pregnancy and JT, and that is it. You know, people really don't see Liberty as a person. We know who Manny is. We know who Emma is. We know who Toby is. We know who JT is. We know that whole group of friends. But even when you look back at the original Degrassi and you look back at when they were all kids, Liberty really wasn't a part of that friend group. She had a crush on JT. She hung out with Manny and Emma sometimes. But when you look back at season 7, when they graduated, they were all hugging and bonding as if they were friends forever. But when you really look at like any compilations or just looking back at the seasons, Liberty really wasn't there. I mean, it really was just like Manny, Emma, JT, and Toby. Even when you look back at like some of like the casting photos or like casting things that they did like to promote Degrassi back then, Liberty was not in any of those images with the gang. So I'm making this video as a justice for Liberty, that she was underrated. She should have been more valued past like her relationship and pregnancy with JT. I do think it's interesting that Liberty got pregnant. As you know, I made my Degrassi and Teen Mom issue video, but I never mentioned that the one thing I really liked in regards to Liberty was that she did get pregnant because she wouldn't be someone who got pregnant. When I went to high school, our class president did get pregnant, or I think she was our class president, but then she got pregnant in the Valley Victoria and became class president. But she did become pregnant. And a lot of times when you have the smart person, the one who always makes the right decisions, always does the right thing, you don't expect them to quote unquote make a quote unquote again mistake of pregnancy. They will always say, we thought you were smarter or better than this. I think that's something that Liberty's dad like said to her. But I appreciated that they finally gave her a storyline like that. But because she was attached to JT, instead it focused more on JT being involved with selling drugs to provide for the baby. And we really didn't get to see like the turmoil or whatever was going on in Liberty's mind. Like every time she had a storyline, it was with JT, and instead of focusing on Liberty's point of view, we would focus on how JT was feeling, how he was dealing with the circumstances. I know some people in the comment section, I think I'm gonna find some of those comments and post them, talked about how, well, we did kind of get to see Liberty react to like losing her child, like giving it up for adoption. But that really wasn't the point that Degrassi was trying to make. As someone else left in my comment section, Degrassi likes, drama. They want something to add pizzazz and spice. And the only reason why Liberty was sad about not having a child with JT anymore was because she was basically just looking at JT being with Mia and Bella and was like, oh, I wish I had that. But again, it had a lot to do with her feelings towards JT and less about the child. So I just really wish that Liberty had more storylines. I know whenever we talk about Degrassi, we talk about which characters deserve more storylines or plot, but no one really mentions Liberty because she was there for 8 seasons. But it is crazy to think that she was there for 8 seasons, similar to Hazel, and she was just kind of like the best friend. Hazel only started to get storylines when she started dating Jimmy. So like for Liberty, she started getting more storylines once her and JT started dating. Before then, she would just pop up here and there, and JT would say something quirky to Liberty and then she'd go off screen or things like that. One fascinating thing that someone brought up as well is the whole when Liberty had a crush on Sean. I think that would have been fascinating. I think also after Liberty after JT had died, they literally just put Liberty with Toby. I'm like, you couldn't find a random guy to hook Liberty up with or find love after JT. And then when they did, it was Damien, who had already hooked up with Emma and Manny. I mean, like, they were giving Liberty scraps. They treated Liberty like scraps. Remember when Emma was like, what are people going to think when the guy I dated
Liberty
goes
Van
after
Zandt?
Liberty? And Manny looks at her crazy because we should.
You're embarrassed?
Like, Degrassi was
You
really
wouldn't be?
mistreating Liberty. Anytime Liberty had a plot, it was her being bullied or tortured or made fun of or talking about her disabilities or being a pregnant mom. Like, she did not just have a good, fun storyline. It was always a mess. The time she looked like a baddie and had a good time was at prom on her birthday. Her boyfriend got killed, or her ex-boyfriend, baby daddy, got killed on her birthday. And she ended up making out with the guy her friend was dating, and everyone hated her prom night. So it's always like, why can't Liberty just be happy and succeed? I don't understand why Degrassi was so against her, because I really loved Liberty, and Degrassi did not love her. I don't know why. Because everyone loves Manny, and I love Manny. Everyone has their dislikes or likes for Emma, but they still got their storylines. They still got their plots. But Liberty did not. And I'm just making this video to be like, justice for Liberty. Like, she deserved better. There's nothing retroactively we can do, but I feel like we should be talking about that, because when you think about it, the only time you mention Liberty, in the next words that come out of your mouth are JT, whereas Liberty deserved her own plots and success and just a happy storyline. She ended up getting rejected by Sean. He played her, but then, okay, at the end, she ended up having the guy wave at her and like her. So she got a little boyfriend. But did Degrassi make an episode developing their relationship? No. It's always like a quick drive-by. That's what they keep doing with Liberty. So, again, I'm making this video because justice for Liberty. You know, her name's Liberty. Justice for all. She deserves it. Thank you all for listening to my little rant, because justice for Liberty. Thank you all, my pop culture lovers. I appreciate you all really getting into my Degrassi videos. I enjoy our conversations. I'm enjoying them to keep continuing. If you haven't looked on the community tab, I want to do a next video where it's ranking you guys' unpopular Degrassi opinions. So please drop them down in that community tab. Maybe once it builds up, I can make that video. But the next video I am going to make is not Degrassi focused. Instead, it's going to focus on growing up with your crush, which is this concept where we watch in television where two people who are not related, not step, not half, not full siblings, live in a house together, and they develop feelings for each other and start dating. So I'm thinking like The Fosters, the CW Flash. If there are other shows that come to your mind, also drop those down in the comments below. Like I said, I've been your pop culture princess, Devin, and I will see you in the next video. Class is dismissed.
Oh, I can make it through. I know I can make it through.